going to be great.
It's going to be good?
It's going to be great.
Great. I like the enthusiasm. Hopefully it lives up to your hype.
I'm sure whatever song we shuffle in will live up to my hype. It'll be great.
Awesome.
You shuffle through and like, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, how about that?
And
Yes,
sometimes
let's
it is
do that.
yes.
So, yeah, like every single one. And I'm like, how long is it?
Yeah, wait.
How long is it?
How long?
How long is it?
All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of Jana Reacts. We've got Jana here.
Hello.
And this is the show where we shuffle into random prog songs and listen to them. I'm usually familiar with them, and for most of them, Jana's a first-time listener, so pretty much all of them.
All of them.
Not most, all of them.
I feel
Jana's
like all
the
of
first
them
time.
so far.
Yeah, I think that's on purpose. I've only put songs on our shuffle I know that you've never heard.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
One day, so I shouldn't, keep holding out for that Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, because Bohemian Rhapsody was on the prog list I put, but I'm like, she knows that. I'm not gonna. There's no point to really react to that because we already.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. Maybe we should listen.
Yeah. So we try not to pretend we're gonna react big because
I really have never
Never
heard these
heard
songs.
Yeah,
I've
these
never
are
heard 'em.
yeah. Every song we've covered, Jana hasn't heard. So
all right,
we're gonna
Let's
shuffle into another one.
Get
Let's
into
do
it.
All right. Let's see what we got today. Oh, this is a fun choice. I was hoping we'd return to this band.
A girl. Is it a girl?
Yeah,
a girl.
The album cover is a girl, but yeah, there's a female singer.
Yay.
Renaissance is the name of the group.
Have we done a Renaissance song
Yeah, we've
before?
done Renaissance before. We did Ashes Are Burning.
Oh, yeah. And this is the group that has a female singer.
Yeah, they have a female singer.
Love
Annie
that.
Haslam is the name of the female singer.
Huh.
So this is called Day of the Dreamer. This is actually from one of their later-ish albums from 1978. A Song for All Seasons is the name of the album. So this should be a kind of a fun pick. A little.
How long is this one?
It's almost 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah. Is
Awesome.
that acceptable?
That's great.
Okay, cool.
I like, I'm good with anything under 10 minutes.
Cool. So this should hopefully be a fun one. It's cool to feature some female singers, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to this one. Let's get into it.
All right.
You ready?
Yes. I have a paper in case I need to write down notes.
Okay.
I like the beginning.
Voices that call to me lay silent to hide. Soon I will hold them close with words from my eyes. Living in hope of you, loving you now. You are my waking thoughts. I lay with you in my sleeping hours. Dream of to grow within the warmth of love. Long forgotten tears flood your eyes in a moment. Dreamer, I became as one within you, to lose you far away. I stay inside your heaven now, no longer lonely. Once more I'm safe in your arms. To feel your touch across my mind fills me only full of desire for my being. Dreamer, really all that needs a meaning, to feel us sail away.
Yay.
That was great. That was really cool. That was what came to my mind the most was that this is a musical.
Okay.
Like it sounded like the soundtrack to a musical, like some of those old like 50s and 60s musicals where they're like, where they have this great driving beat and this rock song, but it's underlaid with this symphony music, all these strings, and so that to me like screams musical. Like I know that's not always the case, but this one is just, it was so like positive sounding, and I could just imagine like people walking down the streets of New York and being like, you know, like I thought that was really, really, really cool. And I noticed it. Like that thought first came to me when the chorus happened.
Okay.
So
I could see that.
Like the chorus started, and I was like, "This is a musical.
It's a musical. It's a song that could be a
musical.
musical.
This is a Broadway show." It was great.
That's cool because you love Broadway and musicals.
I do.
So.
Yeah, that's probably why I was like jiving on this. This is great. Yeah. I thought it had a good energy. You know, I thought like it was just like really positive sounding and having that strings, that rock and roll. It was just like a really great
fun
mix of it, and it was really, really neat.
Yeah, it's a cool piece because I like the band a lot because they really infuse these like classical sounds into their music, which I guess is evocative of some of Broadway and stuff as well. Just the like swelling strings and horns and like all this big kind of like orchestration that they're adding to the mix, which kind of gives them an added flavor alongside the rock traditional instruments. But there's also classical stylings like in the piano work and stuff that you hear.
That was so lovely.
Yeah,
the piano work, it was like this softer section, and it was just like pulled it back after being like very like with all this forward momentum that it had going with the song, and then all of a sudden like it like pulled back and like let's play a little softer music now, and
it has a good, really good balance between that, because there's definitely your proggier, heavier, like cool
it had a
instrumental sections. Yeah,
it had like the Broadway section, and then a proggy section, and then a soft, quiet section.
Yeah,
and then it went back into like Broadway and Prague.
Broadway Prague. It's a new thing.
A new hashtag. Broadway
You invented
Prague.
it. Yeah, it's really cool. I like them and their style because of that. That they, I mean, Prague in general, really, that they kind of move through different movements and styles. It's kind of cool that they have this freedom to explore these different kinds of sounds in one piece of music. So and her voice is lovely too.
Oh, so
really
good,
beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like an older style of. This is from the 70s.
Yeah, 78 was when this album was released.
Like I feel like a lot of female singers sounded like that way, just a real pure tone, but then adding in like a strong vibrato, and so it was really, really great. She's great.
She's great.
Yeah.
Huh? Annie Haslam. Yeah. This is kind of in their like. This is probably the last like album that people consider like part of their real prog period, I feel like. So this is kind of them towards the tail end of their most well-known for prog period in the 70s. I feel like, Ashes Are Burning and Turn of the Cards, I think it's called, and Scheherazade are kind of the big prog albums by them. But I think this album is just as proggy and just as good as those ones. So it's really, really a cool album. And this piece is a great representation of it.
Nice.
So I came to Renaissance a little bit late in my journey because,
really?
I knew about, and I probably talked about this in our other Renaissance reaction, but, I grew up with my dad showing me Genesis and Yes and Gentle Giant, but this isn't a band he was really familiar with, so I discovered them much later, only like a couple of years ago. There was like a podcast I started listening to that went through their entire catalog. So I listened to that like religiously, and they'd like play the songs and like comment on them through the podcast, and that really got me into the band. Like, man, I was missing out on like one of the greatest prog bands that existed in the 70s.
Prog podcast?
Yeah, well, it was called, I don't think it's running anymore, but it was called Satan and Rainbows, because they like one season they'd cover a prog band, and then one season they'd cover like a metal band. Like they did Gentle Giant, and then they did like Judas Priest, I think, next, and then they did Renaissance. So they kind of switched back and forth between prog bands and metal bands, but they only did a few seasons and then kind of went on hiatus once like the pandemic started, and haven't really resumed since. So, but it was a cool for its journey. Like listening to the Gentle Giant one and then the Renaissance one were the two that really stood out for me. So.
Oh, nice. I liked this one. I thought it was really great.
Great track. I love it.
Yeah.
So positive.
Good times.
Good times. Broadway Prague is back. I just kidding. But as long as you love it, that's what matters to me. So
that was good.
Thank you guys for joining us on another episode. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the music out there, whatever you've got in your earphones or in your stereo or whatever
you're listening to.
Enjoy it. And please subscribe if you haven't yet. As usual, we
subscribe.
Do these every week, and we'd love to bring more attention to it and get more subscribers and views and interest, because it's a lot of fun, and we're building a fun, solid community of music lovers. So
comment below and tell us what you like about this song.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so thank you guys, and we'll catch you in another video.
Bye. Enjoy everybody. The music.
Enjoy the music.
So when I see a long one come up, I'm like,
oh man,
great. Wonderful.
You're locked in for some time.
I know what I'm doing for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
I'm just being a baby. Don't listen to me.
Sometimes it's fun.
I'm fine.
Sometimes, like, I get to do this for the next 30 minutes.
That's how I should come at it.
Yeah. Like when you watch a show or something, you're like, yes, I get to watch my favorite show for the next 30 minutes.
That's true. And sometimes, like, it gets to the end and I'm like, what? That's the end. I need more. Do you feel like that at the end of the shows?
Yeah, certain shows, yeah, for sure. Especially if it ends on, like, a big cliffhanger. It's like, no, give me more. Yeah. How I felt about
cliffhangers.
Severance.
What's the biggest cliffhanger you ever... Like, if I say biggest cliffhanger you ever had, like what you ever had?
Lost.
Lost?
Yeah.
Season 3?
Yeah, but probably even more so season 5.
How did season 5 end?
Remember they blew up the bomb.
Oh,
it's when Juliet hits the bomb, you know, and everything goes white, and it's like, that's the end of the season.
That's the end?
So you don't know if their mission succeeded, if they're going to, like, reset the timeline, or if they're going to all be blown up, or what's going to happen.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's Alias season 2.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of season 2, and she's like wakes up in the last episode at the very, very end. She just had this huge, ginormous fight in her apartment and wakes up in Hong Kong, and then turns out, like, that fight she just had was 2 years ago, and 2 years had passed, and Michael Vaughn had gotten married during that time, her boyfriend, and
crazy.
She was so sad, and she was just like, it was amazing.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. You're right. I should rewatch Alias, huh?
Oh, sounds like an upcoming project.
Yeah.
Kevin's been watching those.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, he's liking it a lot.
Oh, Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
3.
Avengers 3. Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Yeah. That's
Everybody
a great
got
one.
dusted.
Yeah. That's a perfect example.
This is way too long to use for it.
Yeah, we're never going to be able to use this.
Maybe we could tack it on at the end.
Let's have a blooper of, like, us talking about movies and shows for 5 minutes.
We'll tack it on at the end.
Okay.
Maybe.
We'll see. Okay.
Jinx.
Okay.